Hi, I'm Ruben Saltzman with Structure Tech Home Inspections, and today I'd like to share some tips with you on how you can get a purchase agreement accepted on a home you want to buy without having to skip the home inspection. So I'm bringing up this topic today because everybody I talk to seems to be skipping the home inspection. People who sell their houses, they say, yeah, I sold the house and the buyers didn't ask for an inspection. Or I talk to friends, people at church, people in the community. Everybody I talk to, it seems they're skipping the home inspection. But I say seems. In reality, not everybody is skipping the home inspection. We still have work. We're still doing a lot of home inspections every week. Maybe not as many as we have capacity for, but we're still doing a lot of home inspections. There's still a lot of people out there who are figuring out how to buy a house and get the home inspection. They're not having to skip it. And so I'd like to share some of those tips and tricks and strategies that people are using to get home inspections done. And I'll tell you, I don't think I have a single original thought here that I'm sharing with you today. All I'm doing is I'm sharing with you the stuff that other people are doing and have shared with us, explaining how they were able to hire us to get a home inspection done. So, number one would be to get a home inspection before you submit an offer. We did a podcast on this topic a couple of months ago, and we had an agent on our podcast who shared how this was a strategy that she had used, and it had worked really well on a number of deals. She shared a story where we had gone out, my company had gone out, and we did a home inspection on a Sunday morning at some ridiculously early time. And they did this before they ever submitted an offer on the home. They told the home seller, look, we love this house. We know you just listed it today. We want to buy it. Can we get a home inspection done first thing tomorrow morning? Because we want to write an offer. And they said, well, we're taking offers today. We're going to decide tomorrow. I guess if you want to do it first thing in the morning, we'll get out of the way. And they ended up having it done. They submitted an offer, and they did not submit the best offer, but the sellers knew that they were dead serious about buying this house, and they loved the house so much that they got the home inspection done. And the seller ended up coming back to the buyer and said, yeah, you know what, you didn't have the best offer, but if you just want to bring it up enough to match the best offer, I'll sell it to you. And they did, and they got the house, all because they had the home inspection done before submitting an offer. And when you look at how much more people are offering for houses, this is a very small cost to get that done. So that would be an option. Another option would be to submit an offer with a very small inspection contingency window, maybe like a one-day window. That's what happened in this previous case that I shared. But the idea is that you check with your home inspector ahead of time. You say, hey, dear home inspector of mine, do you have availability to do an inspection first thing tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, whatever? And would you be willing to hold that slot for me for a few hours or 12 hours or whatever it is? And we regularly have agents reach out to us to do that. Now, my office is probably going to kill me for suggesting this because it's a lot of extra work on our end, the home inspector's end, to try to coordinate all this. But I know a lot of home inspectors who will do this. And so they end up holding a slot for a little while. The offer gets submitted contingent upon an inspection very quickly, and they say, we'll get it done at 8 a.m. That's part of the offer. And then if it gets approved, well, the inspection happens right away. And so the seller knows that they're not going to be having to sit on something for a week waiting for a response. So that's a way that people have submitted offers that are contingent upon inspections. Yet another way to do it is to submit an offer contingent upon a home inspection, but make it clear that you're not going to be nitpicking. And this is a strategy that you may want to use in conjunction with a couple of these other things. It's just one more thing to tack on to your purchase, making it really clear to the seller that you're not getting a home inspection because you're going to try to negotiate missing cover plates on the outlets and GFCIs and smoke alarms and things like that. You're getting a home inspection because you want to know if there's any showstoppers. and you put it in writing in your purchase agreement that you're not going to be asking to negotiate for anything under than $5,000. Individual items, $5,000 or $10,000 or $1,000 or whatever, fill in the blank. The number that a lot of people on my team, I asked my team, what have you heard? And a lot of people came back with that same number. It seems like 5,000 is a popular number that a lot of agents are using here in the Twin Cities. They say we're not going to ask for anything under that number. So, seems like a good strategy. All right, yet another strategy is to submit an offer that's contingent upon a home inspection, but only make this a pass-fail inspection. So you're not going to be coming back to the seller with anything. You're either going to say, yep, it's a green light, we're going to proceed as planned, or no, we're not buying the house. There's way more stuff that you guys didn't tell us about. And here's the most important part of this, and I won't discuss ethics of this, but I'll just tell you this is what people are doing. They make it clear to the seller that they are not going to be sharing the results of the inspection with the seller. Whatever the home inspector finds, whatever the buyers learn about this house, they're not coming back to the seller and telling them, hey, by the way, you've got a busted up foundation and you've got this really bad electrical running throughout your house and it's going to cost you $20,000. And so we don't want the house anymore. And oh, by the way, you need to disclose this to anybody else who's buying it. Sellers don't like to be put in that position. So to not put them in that position, you simply tell them, once we get this pass-fail home inspection or whatever it is, we're not going to share any results with you. And sellers appreciate this. May seem counterintuitive, but when you really think it through, you can kind of understand why. And again, I'm not commenting on the ethics of this. I'm just stating the facts. This is what's working for people to learn more about their houses, for people to get home inspections. Yet another option is to submit an offer that's not contingent upon a home inspection, but you still get the home inspection. And when I first heard about this, I kind of thought, seems like it's really bad timing, but actually there's a lot of wisdom in this. You tell the sellers that you're going to buy the house, it's not contingent upon the home inspection, but you still want to get the home inspection done before you close on the house. And if there are any huge red flags that come up, the home buyer then chooses to back out of the deal and they lose their earnest money. Now, that is a big hit, but at least they're not buying a gigantic money pit. And, it's a financial decision, but boy, I wouldn't consider buying a house without at least doing that. So I think that's it's not the best strategy, but it's a lot better than not having any home inspection at all. And so now when I bring up the topic of not having any home inspection at all, you know where I'm going with this one if you regularly follow my blog or my YouTube channel. And that brings us to something that's not exactly a home inspection. It's something that we call a walkthrough consultation. Yeah, a walkthrough consultation is where you bring a home inspector along on a showing. We're going to come along and we're going to bring a flashlight, and that's it. We're not doing a home inspection. This is not an inspection of any type. It is a consultation where we are home inspectors and we know a ton about houses and we know all these big red flags that we want to look for. And we are going to cruise through that house while you are having your showing. And we're going to look for any big showstoppers that may come up, any big items that you need to be aware of as you're buying this house. And it's not a home inspection. It's simply a trained set of eyes that comes along with you on a showing. We do a ton of those. It has become a very popular item for people buying houses in this competitive market where they want to really submit the most attractive offer and they're under super tight timelines. So that would be the walkthrough consultation. And then finally, if all else fails, or if you're in the camp where you've already purchased your house and it's too late to do any of this, we do a ton of home inspections for people who have already bought their house and they now want to know what it is that they purchased. They want to know which items in the house are the high priority items and which items they can wait on. What about these cracks? Are these serious? Do I need to have a contractor look at this? What about this? What about that? Get all of their questions answered. Prioritize the stuff that needs to be done. Take care of stuff that has been deferred maintenance, that is way past due for servicing. We put that all into perspective. So we do a lot of home maintenance inspections. And if you have recently purchased a house and you never got a home inspection when you did it, now is the perfect time. This is my big sales pitch. I feel so salesy saying it like this, but it's true. So, all right, that wraps it up. I hope you got some tips. If there's anything that I missed, any more strategies to get a home inspection done as part of your purchase so you don't lose out, let me know. Put a comment in the chat. All right. Again, I'm Ruben Saltzman. My company is Structure Tech Home Inspections. Thank you for watching. Take care.